Welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going on a quest for truth together. Welcome, friends. Oh, welcome to the program. How are you doing today? And let's go check out who is here. Let's see who we all have. And look who we have. Peggy Dancer. So there she is, dancing away. Our favorite Peggy Dancer, and our favorite Catherine Weiss, also here. Welcome to the program, both of you. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Well, folks, I hope that you're having a wonderful, wonderful Friday. It's the end of the week. Hey, what can you say? Friday. Remember that song, Fridays? What was that? Rebecca Black, remember that? I thought that was great. It was one of those, she was just some high school student, and she lived near a recording service where they write the songs and they'll play the music. And speaking of music, we better get our music going here. And for a fee, you can, cut an album and a video, and that's what she did. And I thought it was pretty funny. I was like, who is this Rebecca Black? And it just went viral. Remember that? I thought it was a kind of a clever little tune, but it was very strange. Caught everybody off guard. And the establishment's like, wait a minute, a normal person can't get this popular. And there was a lot of pushback on it. So that's, I guess, what happens. I guess that just happens. It happens. Oh, boy. Hello, Kelly Q. Welcome to the program. I hope you're doing well on this Friday night. Good to see you here. And we're going to take a look at two alien videos. One I'm certain is real. The other one I'm fairly certain. Excuse me. They're all controversial because they don't want this stuff coming out, right? They just don't want it coming out, so they, bury it, and they don't really publicize it. But we're going to go ahead and publicize it, if that's all right with you all. And let's see here. Yeah. I tell you, there's someone that's been getting a lot of attention lately on Twitter. Much to his chagrin, I would imagine. And that person would be someone who's, oh, there's Mud Rabbit. She's back. And I hope that you are doing well and that your place is back to normal. I got an email from Mud Rabbit, and she had a little emergency at home. So let's send your prayers out to Peggy Dancer, to Mud Rabbit, and everybody who needs it. And also, I'm sure we are all experiencing something that's really difficult to experience, and we all might not know what to do or say when our loved ones and or friends have agreed to buy into this narrative that your natural immunity isn't good enough for something and it needs some extra thing. And some of us who have seen through the pandemic we try to raise the awareness. And, it's very difficult because these people, they're watching the news, mainstream news, and they're hearing a narrative constantly being drilled into their head. Even if all of their friends come up to them and tell them some truth, they're not gonna take it. They haven't seen it on TV. So prayers out to everyone dealing with loved ones who took that bad advice from all of the officials and are now visiting the doctor more than they used to. And of course, doctors don't know, what's wrong, why they're having all of a sudden perfectly healthy before. Now they're having all kinds of problems. Well, we can only do so much. You can let people know what your perspective is, what you might have learned, and share resources and videos or whatever, or just talk to somebody. And it's really difficult to break through when someone accepts a lie as truth. It's really difficult for them to admit, even with lots of evidence, that maybe these other people, crazy people, were right the whole time, and maybe I made a mistake. So it's really difficult. And it's difficult for us because these are our friends, our loved ones, people who are going through medical hell right now. But what we do is we plant seeds, right? All we can do is plant a seed. And like I was telling my buddy Mike, who called earlier before the show, and prayers out to Mike the fireman too. And he has been telling a lot of people about all this stuff, and I told him, and I'm just repeating what I've learned recently. Did you know that the oak trees that create acorns? Now, acorns sustain small animals, right? Like chipmunks, all kinds of squirrels. And they produce a lot of acorns and they feed a lot of animals. Well, the oak tree stops producing acorns for a season. Maybe a season or maybe two. I think maybe just one season. No acorns. And what that does is it thins out the population of these little critters, because only one in every 10,000 acorns results in a tree. So we might be telling all of our friends and people the things that we've learned. Hey, look into this, check out what this doctor says. Not many of those are going to blossom into a tree of knowledge for them. So, but we got to keep planting those seeds. It's all we can do, right? That is all we can do. And there's Mud Rabbit. Hi, everyone. Yes. Oh, and your floors are dry now. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, flooded floor is never a good thing. Yeah. A petty on Wednesday. Okay. I've never had a pedicure. My pet doesn't need curing, I guess. That's more of a woman thing, I think. When I cut my toenails, I have to get the grinder out with the carbide tips, and the sparks are just flying everywhere. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, I wouldn't want wouldn't want to subject a pedicurist to that. No. Utility room flooded. Oh my gosh. And that standing water, be careful. That standing water is very dangerous. My dad caught Legionnaire's disease back in the 80s from, cleaning out the sump pump or doing something with the sump pump with standing water, I guess. And that's a real danger, so be careful. Be careful of that. Be careful about that. Yeah, so let's get into it, shall we? Let's watch one of these videos. Okay, this first video here was from 40 gallons. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of water. That's a lot of water. 40 gallons. I wouldn't want to lift all that. So this first one was from a alien found in the snow in Russia. It's from like 11 years ago, okay? It's had 12 million views. So let's take a look at that. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. There it is. Okay. Oh, you know what we got to do? We got to turn the music off. No, actually, we're going to leave the music on because there's no sound. Well, yeah, actually, there is sound on this, but maybe we'll just watch it without the sound, okay? How's that sound? We'll block the sound out. Or actually, maybe we'll get some sound.
Вот там нашли, короче, мы пойдем.
Russian. What I'm curious about is the scale of this. How big is this?
Сейчас погоди, подожди. Да вот, ебать, часа 2 назад хули, ебаный.
It's right here.
Собака хули унюхалась.
It's missing some of its limbs too. We're gonna turn the sound down in case we get something. Look at this thing. It's obviously been dead for a while, if it is real. And this took the internet by storm when it came out. And there was all kinds of opinions about it. And someone came forward and said, oh yeah, we faked this. It's just chicken skin. Chicken skin? I don't think that looks like chicken skin. If you could make something like that out of chicken skin, I think you would win some kind of award, okay? That looks like a critter that was chomped on by some coyote or something, doesn't it? But it looks very small. Yeah, I know a lot of people have probably seen this, but I still think it's one of the videos that could very well be real. You know, it's just super creepy. You know, I don't know if you could get chicken skin to look that uniform. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think of this thing? If it was indeed an alien or some sort of other creature that we don't know about, or maybe this is some kind of animal that's been skinned. Maybe it's some, I don't know, but it's up in Siberia. And where it is, it's in a peculiar spot. I don't know what this is. Is this like a den for some coyote or something? I don't know what this is. Some sort of bush? What is that? Roots of a tree or something? Yeah, I don't know. And how big is this? I wish they would have put their foot by it or their hand by it. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Very interesting, I think. It's curious they didn't even attempt to pick it up. It's weird. Could it be a hoax? You know, of course it could be, but I don't know. And Peggy Dancer says, looks pretty realistic to me. Yeah. Poor little fella got chomped on. Hey, it's our good buddy James Rohrback just rolled into the house here. So yeah, Russian alien, possible alien body from several years ago. Here's an angle that you don't see very much. I mean, like if this was faked, okay, they'd have to get the head and the neck, the skin to look all uniform all around it, and the shoulders. I don't know, it's just very symmetrical. And the arms, look at this. It's got a very strange proportions here. Looks like the forearm is just as long as the this bone here. I don't know, man. It just looks, it looks real to me. It looks real to me. So that's one of the cases that really intrigues me about the these aliens. You know what guy is hoaxing, and he's this crazy guy that I've talked about him before. I can't remember his name now, but he's the guy that claims he's got these two Bigfoot bodies that he claims are in pieces, and his dad shot it like back in the 70s or something. And so he's unrolling the head, or some part of it is wrapped in like paper, like a butcher wraps the stuff in. And he's unwrapping this, I don't know if it was a foot or something, I can't remember, but he's unwrapping it and a note falls out. There was a note in there by his dad. His dad has passed away now. And it's a warning to him. He says, do not eat this. It's poison. You will die. Don't eat it. He looks at the car. He goes, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Of course I'm going to eat some. Should be good. It's been in the freezer since the 70s. But it's obviously faked. It's totally, this guy is just, he's hilarious. He's hilarious. So if you ever just look up Bigfoot, he's trying to start this Bigfoot museum. It's so funny. It's hilarious. Wax paper. You're curious to see what they found in those biolabs in Ukraine and elsewhere. Yeah, well, they've someone who's been on Red Pill's show quite a while ago now. He's there in Russia, and he actually was with the Russian troops going across the border, and all the people they ran into in Ukraine were so happy to see them, because these thugs have been killing people. They won't let people leave. They set up like their bomb launching apparatus. They won't let the neighbors leave. They'll shoot them if they leave, because they want them there as human shields. It's despicable. But yeah, very interesting what's going on over there. But yeah, he is a podcaster himself. What is his name? But he was given documents by this woman who worked in one of these labs, and she got the documents out before they were taken over by the Russians, I think. And he released these. And yeah, they were talking about, and all this tranche of information that was released, they were getting orders from the Pentagon and from, obviously the three-letter agencies in this country, and talking about how they needed male white Russian DNA, not Ukrainian DNA, Russian DNA, so they can develop something that targets them specifically. And then to this plan they had that this Ukrainian lab had that was controlled by the bad guys and masquerading as good guys. And an aerosol system to aerosol, like with drones, to aerosol different areas with this contagion. And also, because there's migratory birds, to infect these migratory birds on their way over to Russia so they can infect people and other animals and whatnot and get to the people. So yeah, there's nasty stuff. There was nasty stuff, and a lot more of them than you can imagine. And Ukraine's not the only place where this is going on. So yeah. Yes, James. I can't really put that up on the screen, but I agree with you there. Yeah, they're pretty bad people. I feel sorry for the people who've been gaslit, who are pro this war, and Zelensky is just an actor. He's an actor. He's obviously acting. He's trying to join the WEF, the World Economic Forum, because he needs more money, because he needs to build up his criminal empire there. Yeah. Something else, I tell you. Yes, they want to attack the white. They're being very clear about that. Yeah, racism is being encouraged against. It's bad if it's encouraged against anyone. It shouldn't be allowed, and we should all denounce it. It's really pathetic. You know, we're all equal. No matter what your color of your skin or what you're thinking about, we're all equal. But if you're evil and you do evil things, you should go to jail. Or worse. All legal by the law. Bird flu released. Yeah. Oh, and I saw something else. I don't know how real it is, but it showed a close-up picture of someone's hand holding a mosquito with a number at like 36. And they're alleging that this is proof that there's these genetically altered insects. But why would they put a number on it? That's odd. Could be a hoax. Could be just a photoshopped hoax. Thank you, Mud Rabbit. Yes, send your inquiries, photos, videos, and stories to Aaron to share on the show. Yes, we need more stuff. You know, Third Phase of Moon gets stuff sent to them all the time. And boy, wouldn't that be nice to get something like that getting going here? Be awesome. I do get some things, and I'm very, very thankful for that. I got a letter in the mail. I was so excited. It was all handwritten. I couldn't read it at the time. And so I read it later. It's like, oh, well, who is this? Who do I know in Green Bay? It's all handwritten. I'm reading on it. It's very religious in tone. Okay, what's this? And at the bottom, it's like Jehovah's Witness. Oh. It is nice that someone is doing handwritten letters. That's kind of nice. But there's a Kingdom Hall right across the highway, a little ways over and across the highway from here. So they come here quite often. And I always tell them the same thing. It's like, you know, I'd really like to help you. I really would like to help you. But unfortunately, I didn't see the accident. Can't help you. Jehovah's Witnesses. Didn't see the accident. Can't help you. Sorry about that. But we usually end up having a conversation about religion and religions. Very interesting. Oh, they don't come near your house? I'll welcome them. You know, I've even talked to these Mormons. You know, they're around town here too. They always dress very nicely. Of course, they wear weird underwear, and I've talked to them about that. Had a couple of them come to the door. I said, "Is it true you guys wear this weird underwear?" "Oh yeah, yeah. We're supposed to wear this certain type of underwear." It's like, I said, "Is it uncomfortable?" "No, not really." But I mean, they're supposed to for life, right? Wear this kind of weird homemade undergarments, right? That's weird. Yeah, if there's so much ritual, you have to wonder, right? Where did these rituals come from? Right? You bring them drinks and everything? Oh, wait, I think I missed the first one. I talk to them if they want to, they just don't stay and they don't come back. Well, then you're doing something right, I think. I keep doing that. Drinks and everything, huh? And James Rohrbach has something to say here too. I chew and spit out Jehovah's Witnesses. Ha. Okay. All right. And Kelly Q. No NATO at the border. On the border, yeah. Yeah, remember when just a couple days ago, a reporter asked Sleepy Joe, Creepy Joe, "Hey, you gonna go down the border?" "Oh no, there's much more important things to do." "Where is he now?" "On vacation." "Oh, that's much more important." Go take your vacation. Yeah. Oh, and he signed that omnibus spending bill while on vacation. You know, so he can. Oh, it was a working vacation. He signed his name. Of course, for him, that's really hard. I mean, you have to remember how your name is spelled. That's tough for a guy like him. Let's face it. I mean, I feel sorry for him. You know, maybe he could just make an X, and we'll know. Sleepy Joe. That's him. And the big nothing burger happened with Trump's taxes. Oh yeah, Trump's taxes. It's a big nothing burger. And so, yeah, what do you guys make of? Oh, I did do that. Okay, good. Now, have you guys ever heard of this guy, Andrew Tate? I've never even heard of the guy before. Apparently, he's some kind of a influencer. He's talking out about the situation we're in. He's talking very honestly. Hello, Mad Pogue. Sad story here in Wisconsin. Uh-oh, crazy dude attacked 2 people at an animal rescue. Really beat them bad. Cops came, barricaded himself in a barn, and killed himself. Oh my God, that's horrifying. Oh my God, let's pray for everyone that might have been hurt there and the family of that poor guy. Yeah, this is what Corey Good was predicting years ago. He said, the closer we get to the solar flash, the more end time madness will be revealing itself and manifesting in people. Like the super nice people will get just really super blissed out and more nice. And the evil people will get more evil. And it'll be like end time madness. And I don't know about you, but I've seen a lot of videos, some horrifying things happening. Someone pushed a 2-year-old kid onto the train tracks, went face first on the train tracks. I think it was in Portland. My God, they rescued the poor kid, but I'm sure that child is damaged for hitting that metal. Yes, James, the subpoena was dropped by the January 6th Commission against Donald J. Trump. Yes, because they were contesting it in court. Separation of powers. They can't do it. And they just gave up on it rather than continue. They knew they were going to lose. And Trump is his team is so smart, so on it. And his taxes, what a nothing burger, huh? So funny. But now we get to demand everyone else's taxes. Hey, if his is fair game, yours is too. Right, Nancy Pelosi? And let's find out, how can we find out about some of these people's offshore accounts? Are we going to find out about that? Maybe we have any hackers, any hacktivists out there? Is there a way to find out? There must be some way, right? All over a rescued goat? Oh my gosh. So did they take the goat from this person? I mean, and he wasn't taking care of it? Was that what it was? That might have been that person's sustenance. They create milk. I don't know. I don't know anything about the story. I've just heard about it right here. So that's very sad, yes. Goats are really interesting animals. They have rectangle-shaped irises in their eyes. I think they're the only animal with a rectangle-shaped iris. They're very strange looking when you look in their eyes. You ever notice that? Oh, the dude left it there and came back in a rage? My goodness. That's terrible. What's this? Just discovered Andrew Tate name today. I think Cassidy Campbell spooked him. I don't know who Cassidy Campbell is. But thank goodness our friend Elon Musk, our sometimes friend Elon Musk, is allowing the truth to be released. There are still shadow banning going on with conservatives and throttling of their accounts still. And some people on the inside are showing, oh yeah, you're being banned. You're being the throttle's been. The brakes have been put on your. So people aren't getting as many follows or likes or anything because they're suppressing conservative speech again. I think there's a lot of people left over there. A lot of people left over from the old ways. Well, let's go on over to Twitterland and see what we got over here. Oh. And what do we have over here? Should we watch this? I don't know if I'll get a strike. And this is why Tate was arrested. This is what this person says. Brown-eyed girl. So should we listen to it? Watch again.
The world up until this point was based on freedom. How they advertised you to be a good slave was they would give you some freedom. And when I say slave, I use that word particularly because a slave used to work his ass off and he would get food and a house in return. And 99% of people out here, my friend, are working their asses off. They can buy food and a house. That's it. Most people are still slaves. They would tell you you're going to be a slave, but you'll be free at least. You can do what you want. You can think what you want. You can say what you want. You can walk around outside, look at the trees. You're a slave, but you're free. Freedom, freedom, freedom. And what happened when they did this, something changed. The internet came. People started to talk. People started to think. People started to realize how money's made. People started to realize it's all a scam. Cryptocurrency was invented. Now you have Bitcoin, which is surpassing the global reserve currency. We don't need banks anymore. We don't need the IMF anymore. People are starting to talk. People have elected Trump, a man who's not bought and controlled by the establishment. People are starting to actually get their minds right. So the people in charge are like, oh, fuck. we're losing control. We no longer control the money. We no longer control who's in charge of each country. Oh, fuck, we got to put an end to this. We can no longer base our societies on freedom. We must base our societies on safety. You can't think for yourself. We can't put these videos on YouTube because it's fake news and it's dangerous. You can't go outside because of the virus and it's dangerous. You can't travel in between countries without that injection because it's...
So you see what he's saying there. That could very well be. And he had a big fight with Thunderbird, that little girl over there that they're taking advantage of. Here's a good one. Breaking: Democrats released Trump tax returns. Trump committed no crimes and paid exactly what he owed. And of course, he's giving a toast. Now, this is unusual because, you know, Trump doesn't drink. He has taken, you know, a sip for toasts like this on very rare occasions where it's just, you know, culturally appropriate because it's of the setting. But yeah, he doesn't drink, but he'll take a sip every now and then at some ceremony like this. So there you go. Oh, have you ever seen this? Oh, this is hilarious. It's not good. Uh-oh. You better run. Oh my goodness. I hope nobody was hurt too bad. That's just, oh my goodness. Oh, look at this. That's a good one. I like that one from Il Donaldo Trumpo. Trump with a mustache. So cool. Me look like El Presidento, but me know him. You gotta love it. Here's something. Take your time. We'll wait. What do you think this could be? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think about that? Could it be Putin on the Ritz? Putin on the Ritz. There's a song for you. Hello, Dark Brain. Welcome to the program. Good to see you here. All right. Oh, there you are. I missed that one. Yes, Happy New Year. Oh, your birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to every girl and boy. Hope this very special day brings you lots of joy. Hope the birthday presents you get from mom and dad will make this very special day the best you've ever had. Yeah. The best. What else we got here? Oh, look at this. Minor attracted people should be required to wear a cone of shame. Yes, they should. I think it should be a permanent thing for these people. Would be a good thing. They shouldn't be allowed out in public, actually. They should be locked up somewhere where they have no access to children. Creepy Joe. That's my opinion. We've seen Trump's tax returns. Let's see Obama's original birth certificate. Yeah, and his Senate records, and his school records, and all of his records, like everything. Barry Soetoro, right? Carrie Lake is taking it to town, man. She is really, and she's not going to give up. Even if she loses at the Supreme Court, she's going to keep on going. Oh, this one's good. This is a good one. Cats. Oh, look at this. Oh, my goodness. Cats in a treadmill. I mean, it's internet gold. Don't you think? Yes. Oh, maybe you're supposed to do this. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is what the internet was made for, folks. For truth bombs and for cat videos. Oh, cats. Cats. They're so funny. They are so funny. Yeah. Oh my goodness. This is a good one.
A piece of crack cocaine, no bigger than this quarter that I'm holding in my hand, $1/4 of $1. We passed a law with the leadership of Senator Thurmond and myself and others, a law that says you're caught with that, you go to jail for 5 years. You get no probation. You get nothing other than 5 years in jail. Judge doesn't have a choice. Under our forfeiture statutes, the government can take everything you own. Everything from your car to your house, your bank account, not merely what they confiscate in terms of the dollars from the transaction that you just got caught engaging in. They can take everything. I don't care why they become a sociopath. We have an obligation to cordon them off from the rest of society. They are in jail. Away from my mother, your husband, our family. So I want to ask, what made them do this? They must be taken off the street.
He's so right. Oh my goodness. But what an insidious law where they can take everything? That seems a little bit excessive, don't you think? But if they take all the Biden stuff, I think that would be okay. They should do that. Yeah, that cat was motivated. Got it dialed at the end. Yes, he was going to go for it, I think. That kid did better than I did on the treadmill. I saw a meme that said, the doctor said I'm supposed to spend 30 minutes a day on the treadmill. And she's like laying on the treadmill. It's off. And she's like eating chips or something, or bonbons. There you go. I spent all that time on the treadmill. I'm not seeing any results. Oh, yeah. Yeah, wasn't that good? That was good. That was indeed a very good one. And is there anything else here? Best president ever. Look at this. Huge crowd attends reading of Christian children's book despite library's attempt to stop the event. Oh, library's going to stop a Christian event, but not a drag queen event? Really? And this looks like a lot more people than I've ever seen at those stupid drag queen things. So there you go. You got to push back this agenda. Yeah, Trump won. Daily reminder.
Like to be able to, anyway, from Charlotte, another line going from in Florida down to Tampa of Putin's kleptocracy. Yeah. America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put the idea that Los Angeles and what am I doing here?
What are you
For
doing?
2 reasons. One, we haven't been able to communicate it in a way that is, let me say another way, but the nature, not a solid meeting with they make a very good point. Here's the deal. Here's what drives the driver in the states that are affected. Here's what you can do, the drivers. You want to expand pre-K for 3 and 4-year-olds, millions of pre-K.
Wow. Unreal. Look at this. Who would be a safer choice to babysit your teenage daughter, Andrew Tate or Hunter Biden? 95% says Andrew Tate. Only 4% says Hunter Biden. Interesting, huh? Here's a good quote. The more you say I can't say something, the more urgent it is for me to say it. Dave Chappelle. Yes, he's got it. Thank you, Bridget, for posting that. And look at this. Isn't this interesting? Our good buddy Ruben O'Handley, DC Drano. Did you know that the Columbus doors, U.S. Capitol, are 17 feet tall? 17 feet tall. Solid brass and weigh 10 tons each. When closed, they are impenetrable. Okay. J6 got crazy around 1 p.m. But you know what happened at 2:08 p.m.? Capitol Police Department opened the Columbus doors, flooding hundreds into the Fed trap. Yeah, Fed trap. Yeah. Yeah, this is good too. This is all good stuff. Yeah, it's all good stuff. Yeah, here it is. Biden vacations in Virgin Islands after saying there are more important things to do than visit the border. Yeah. You don't want to visit the border when you go on vacation, right? Creepy Joe? Yeah. I tell you, America and the world has had enough of him. Hello, William. Yes, this is live. Good to see you here. Good to see you here. Yeah. Yes, I got your email. Yes, I did. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, William. Yes. He sent a picture of himself as he's in a quartet, a gospel quartet. I unfortunately don't have that. I'm having some technical difficulties with photos lately, so I can't really show very many photos. My computer will freeze up for some reason. I don't know. I think I might be maybe under attack here. Something. I will try to get some way to view them for the next show. Is that okay, William? Hope that's okay. Those videos will leak. Yeah. Boy, there's a lot of videos of Ray Epps on Twitter right now. And the things he said, did you see what they found some of his text messages to his nephew or something? He said, yeah, I was at the front line with some of them. And yes, I was orchestrating it. So, and yet he gets, all kinds of people are running cover for him. That tells you something right there, doesn't it? Yeah, you know, boy, should I try it now, Dark Brain? I mean, I might freeze up if I do. That's the thing. I just don't want to do that. I feel so bad when that happens. Yeah. Can't wait to see the military push the guilty Capitol Police and Congress plus Senate members pushed into their cells. Yes, that will be glorious. And their whole, everything's falling apart. All of their narratives are falling apart. You got free speech on Twitter, and that's a good first place for free speech to be announced, because they're nice short messages, easy to digest and share, and to other platforms. So there you go. It's starting, folks. It is starting. Yeah, I can't have it so people can post on here because then we get some nasty pictures that people have posted on here. So we can't let just anybody post on here, because if we let someone, then anybody can. I think that's the way that works. Let's see. I guess I can give it a try. Let's see. Oh, did that go? Did it even go? Okay. And this one. Uh-oh. Oh, gosh. It did it. See, this is what... Oh, crap. Oh, excuse the lingo, schmingo. Well, guess what I have to do now, friends? And I really, really don't like doing this. I had a feeling I should have stuck with my intuition, but I can't get back to even see what you guys are saying. I can't see anything. My computer's completely frozen. I'm hoping you can still hear me, because I'm going to turn off my computer, my confuser. Then I'll have to turn it back on again, log back in, and we'll see you then. I hope that everyone stays nice and cozy in the chat. We'll see you in a few minutes. I apologize for this. This is why I need a new confuser, a new computer. We'll see you in a few minutes. See you in a few. And welcome back. I'm really sorry about that, friends, but that's what I was talking about. Uh-oh, we're freezing up again. Oh my goodness. Oh, lordy, lordy, look who's 40. It looks like our old friend Maddie is here. Hello, buddy. What do you guys think of Steve Bannon and Mike from around the world? I don't know who Mike is, but Steve Bannon's knocking it out of the park, I'd say. I'm on his side for sure. He's been wronged, and he's got a good heart. He's a patriot, and so I'm very grateful for him. I think he's doing a bang-up job. A bang-up job for sure. Yeah. I ran across one of my old books of some of my stuff, and I just wanted to kind of like show you some, as long as I can't show pictures. This is a painting I did for one of the books that I wrote called Masude's Wish. And this is the art for the cover of that book. That's Masude. And let's see. The other book is called, oh, here's the cover, I guess. Masude's Wish, yeah. There it is. And over here is some other artwork that I've done. So there you go. Something there. Something there. Oh, another thing is, here's a concept that I had. And check this out. It's a windmill with solar panels on it. You could have them all up and down, like smaller and getting bigger below, and like a tree. Have them move every once in a while so that snow falls off of them. But as long as you got that structure, you might as well put like solar panels there, right? Wouldn't that help? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I still think, here's what I think should happen. I think every power company across the country, like who you pay your bill to, your power bill, your electrical bill, that place, in every place in America, they should have a gym where you can go and work out on a machine that generates electricity. And then however much electricity you create at this gym, then that takes off of your bill. How do you like that? I did propose a whole line of exercise equipment that does generate electricity. Like you go on the treadmill for so long and you have like a half hour of TV watching or something like that, right? Ooh, Aaron, too much like the Black Mirror. What's the Black Mirror? Maddie likes one of my ideas. Yeah, I got a lot of good ideas. At least I think they're good. Too expensive for the agenda. Okay. TV show. I don't watch TV. I have not watched any television since the turn of the century, since the late 90s. And even then it was only 3 channels and they were all fuzzy. Didn't watch it much. So I really haven't watched television since the late 90s, since before the turn of the century. So I don't know what's going on. I see a little bit on the intranet. I see some stuff, but I'm not really looking at it. I've had enough of these stupid sitcoms and this woke crap. Why would anyone want to even watch any of that? But I don't know what the Black Mirror is. Maybe you could tell me. Oh, here it is. Black Mirror's on YouTube. Oh, people have put in so much energy to receive credits. First episode has a main character on stationary bike to earn his credits. Oh, okay. Yeah, I had this idea way back in the early 90s. Okay, early 90s, and I actually showed it to Nordic Track before they went out of business. I think they're back in business now, but they were being managed very, very poorly, and they didn't see the benefit of what I was showing them. They didn't understand it. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Thanks, Smarties. Need something fun to listen to? Well, thank you for including this little show in your list of fun things. Okay, it's like Twilight Zone. Okay, I see. I'll have to look at it. I just think here's my take on anything produced for television. Is it on YouTube after it's been on television? Because I really think there's so many subliminals in that stuff. Yeah, even stuff that, people say, well, I'm aware and I'm watching and I'm seeing all the yeah, but you're still subjecting yourself. I don't know. I've stopped going to movies too. I don't watch movies anymore. I just don't want to have my brain bombarded by this bullcrap. I think that I'm using the mug I got from my daughter again, from Sun Records. Good coffee. Just saw my grandson again. It was very, very nice. Hopefully I'll see my granddaughters soon too. Hopefully. Here he is. See that? I guess it's not a very good picture of him. Here's a better one. There he is, little Evan. He's so cute. He's going to be walking pretty soon. Look at that smile. Oh. Yeah, there's my wonderful daughter. So yeah, I had a blast over there with those guys. Here he is with his daddy. They're opening up a little gift there. So cute. So we had a lot of fun, let me tell you. And I hope that you're all having fun with your loved ones as well. I hopefully will see my granddaughters and my son and everyone else over there very soon. Very soon. Okay. I'm going to throw the call in there. So if you want to call in, give a call in. And I apologize again for not being able to show photographs. Man, it's hard to do a show when you can't show anything. Oh, frustrating. Well, maybe a miracle will happen. Maybe I'll win the lottery or something. And I can get a nice computer with a much bigger screen so I can, so I can actually see it. It would be nice because my eyesight's not what it used to be. So I have to get close. And I have to, when you see me going like this, I'm looking through my bifocals so I can actually see a little bit better. But yeah. It's getting to that point, folks. Yeah. When I was a kid in second grade, I stared at the sun. We were in the back seat of my mom and dad's car, me and my two brothers. I was by the window where the sun was. We decided to have a staring at the sun contest. I think I've talked about this before. But I won. Little did I know, because I was the closest to the sun. And both my brothers didn't bother to tell me that they had stopped staring at the sun. We were using the odometer as our stopwatch. So I burned a hole in my retina, in my aiming eye, my left eye. It's there to this day. I was prescribed to always wear sunglasses whenever I'm outside. And I'm like, really? Cool, I get to wear sunglasses all the time? You know, it's a bummer to have a blind spot, but I was in second grade and we went to the store and I got to pick out a couple pairs of sunglasses. Whoa! That was cool. So I started looking cool in second grade because I was wearing cool sunglasses. Did you like that? Yeah, there's always a silver lining, folks, in everything. Oh, really? See, this is what they do. They intertwine all this crap into these shows. You know, and they've been doing it for a long time, you know. The local NPR station up here, the radio station, they do these old-time radio shows. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, that was done in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, back before all this meddling. I listened to them like, these sound just like they've been at this for a long time. Looks like we got James Rohrbeck coming into sight here. Hello, James. Welcome to the program. Make sure you mute the stream. There is a picture of me in second grade. In fact, I'll go get it while we wait for James to get his microphone set up. I'll be right back. Bless me. Are you there yet, James? Well, here's the picture. My brother had this blown up. It's kind of a fuzzy picture. But there's me in second grade, and there's my prized Abraham Lincoln sculpture, snow sculpture that I made. I was so proud of it, and we actually got a couple pictures of it, but it already had started to melt, and I was looking at it right there thinking, oh man, it's melting. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? But there I am. We lived in St. Louis Park, Minnesota at the time. And I made this Abraham Lincoln. And people were coming from all the neighborhood to look at it. And I was pretty proud of myself. But it was starting to melt. It was getting warmer. Oh, James Rohrbeck has bowed out. Maybe he had a bad connection. He's going to get his microphone fixed. Call back in if you want. But so what I did, I've told this story on here before, but maybe some people haven't seen this episode yet. So I took the head off of the little snow podium and I put it in the freezer. And that night, my mom was like, so do you kids want pizza? Frozen pizza. She opens up. I'm like, no. I would never say no to that because that was one of our favorite things to eat is the frozen pizzas when we were kids. And she opened up, she screamed, there's a head in here. It was a snow head. What was I thinking? Was I going to carry this from freezer to freezer my whole life. Oh, the things kids do. It looks like James is giving it another shot. So let us know when you get your microphone all set up there, buddy. So yeah, there I was in the second grade. I think this was before I got my diagnosis because I'm not wearing sunglasses there. So this was pre-sunglasses time here. So there you go. James, you there? Oh, you're a Latter-day Saint? Now, is a Latter-day Saint like a Mormon, right? Is that what a Mormon is? It's the same thing? I think it is. Oh, Gilligan's Island was a 7 sins? Really? Wow. Well, thank you, Dark Brain. You looked a lot more like Lincoln before it started to melt. I was very disappointed I didn't get a picture of it when it was better, because it started to melt. His nose got skinny and the proportions weren't right anymore. I was a little bit upset about that. Oh, he bumped out again. He bumped out again. We must be having some kind of problems. Some kind of problems. Here's a drawing I did a long time ago. It's a colored pencil sketch of a koala bear, right? I don't know if you can see it. The sheet protector is glaring a little bit there. Kind of hard to see. And then this is the robotic horse that I did back in the mid-80s. Airbrushed and pen and ink. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. The island was supposed to be hell? I thought it was pretty much paradise. Like Garden of Eden, perhaps. Oh, it was the red shirt, and that wasn't even his shirt, because when the Mars probe landed there on the island, and they were working to try to get it to work and repairing the lens that Gilligan tripped and broke it accidentally. He's like, I can't be seen on TV. Why not? Oh, this isn't my shirt. I took it. I lent it from Skinny Mulligan, or something like that. Friend of his. Hello, Austin Morris. Welcome to the program. Good to see you here. Yeah. Interesting. I never heard that about the 7 deadly sins. Oh, here's a little Creative Minority Report. Wow, interesting. Interesting what we learn, isn't it? So interesting. Oh, really? Sherwood Schwartz admitted it was all about that in a book he wrote later? Oh, really? Wow. That kind of freaks me out. That was always like one of my favorite shows. Well, actually, Batman was my favorite show. I loved on Batman whenever they showed the evil layers of the Joker or the Riddler, it always tilted the camera. So the camera was always tilted because they're crooked. So funny. I mean, it really was well done. Happy New Year. Yes, we got a new year coming up here, folks. My New Year's resolution is to never relive 2022 again. There you go. There's one for you. The island on Lost was supposed to be purgatory. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I still enjoy it too. Yeah. Oh, he's back again. He's going to try it again. Let's see if he got it fixed. Did you get it figured out, buddy? Mr. Rohrback? Right? Right? Who would have ever thought that? I did hear that Gilligan's Island. There's a lot of things about Gilligan's Island. I think Marianne was like so cool. She was like one of my favorite characters on there. But they were all so well acted. All those people, they worked so well together, you know? Oh, here you go, James. You have to allow both mic and camera when you go on. But as soon as you get the page, you can turn off the camera and keep the mic. Okay. Well, thank you, Mud Rabbit. Maybe that'll help. Oh, Peggy Dancer says, next year, 2023 equals 223 or 322 skull and bones. Oh, that's interesting. Remember, Cuse always said, think mirror, right? Mirror. Well, there's nothing I can do for my end. I just checked. I heard that Sherwood Schwartz, he went through the New York phone book trying to find the funniest name he could find for the name of the show. And when he saw the name Gilligan, it's a last name, he thought, this is it. Because he wanted a name that was funny enough sounding so that you would know that it was a comedy just by the name. And Gilligan, I mean, it's great. Robert Anton Wilson was always writing about the number 23. Oh, really? Yeah, the 23andMe, that's that DNA company where they take your DNA and they'll own you. Don't ever do the DNA tests, friends. It's a scam. The information you get is not necessarily correct, but they have your DNA now. And what are they going to do with it? You know, what could they do with it? They could do a lot of things with your DNA. They could do a lot with your DNA. James, you there yet? He's still working on it. Still working on it. Yeah. You know who I'm trying to get on the show. I was friends on Facebook, but I guess I got to cover that up. I know how to cover it. I know how to cover it. This is a friend that I used to work with who did this drawing of me as a goodbye card that everyone signed at Hasbro. So there you go. That'll do it. There's my we are but a clump of faint stars. That was my famous quote that I had back then when I was working at Hasbro. Look at this drawing he did. Andy Collins is his name, the K. Andy Collins. And he drew this for my goodbye card that everyone signed. You can see there's the Hasbro confidential sticker that we had to stick on all of our drawings so that they're all documented and dated and everything. I'm wearing a Tonka t-shirt because I was going to Tonka Toys to be part of their new product development group, their in-house inventors. And I'm holding two of the products that I designed there while I was there. I designed the Bristle Buddy, was the little character that worked with the bristle blocks. He could stand on the bristle blocks and be connected. He could hold them with his hands. It's pretty cool. And this one here, this was something called the Katoot, and it was one of the twinstruments. It was a guitar and a saxophone. You turn it around as a saxophone. But there was a line of preschool instruments that were two instruments in one that almost made it to the market. In fact, they were the first products that were engineered on the computer. First ones ever at Hasbro. All of them were done on the computer, and it wasn't a desktop computer. These were mainframes. It was a mainframe from Control Data. If you remember that one. And I was next in line to get this big monitor. It took a large part of your cubicle, and then you're connected to the mainframe that was in the main Hasbro building. It was this big room full of computer stuff. And that was, I think, the last gasp of the mainframes, because this was 83-ish, 1983. And right around then, laptops were really, and home computers were really coming into their own, and no need for these elaborate, very expensive mainframe computers. These takes up many, many rooms. Yeah, isn't that a cool caricature? I want to have Andy Collins on, and along with another one of my friends, Steve Waymeyer. I want to have him on, and another gal I worked with, Pamela Sweet. She's a really good artist. She really, truly draws very sweet things too. And my buddy Steve Waymeyer, he's an excellent, excellent designer. In fact, he threw away a sketch he did, a color marker rendering sketch. He did it really quickly. It was like a four-wheel drive van or some kind of truck vehicle with knobby tires. It was done very quickly, and it was really cool. And he was like, he didn't like it. He crumpled it up and threw it away. What? You threw that away? I grabbed it out of the garbage. I unwrinkled it. I still have it to this day. And I've posted it a couple times on Facebook when I was on Facebook. And he saw it. He said, "Oh, I still don't like that drawing." Come on, dude. It's a great drawing. But yeah, he's really good. And we used to hang out. And so that was kind of cool. Very, very much fun. Great bunch of guys there. It was, and gals. It was a very fun place to work at the time. And I got to be there and help them to get over the $1 billion mark, where they were the first toy company to make over $1 billion in 1 year. And I think now they're a multi-billion-dollar company. But yeah. Oh, is Mad Poke trying to get on too? Mainframes were still common into the mid 80s. Okay. Yeah, I left Hasbro. Gosh, when was it? 85 or 84? 84 or 85. I wasn't there that long. I went to Tonka. I wanted to be in the new product development group at Hasbro, which they had a new product development group, in-house inventors, but they closed that group because they weren't able to come up with anything. And so I was like, and then I got an offer from Tonka, which my ex-boss, my manager director at Hasbro, went to Tonka Toys to head up their new product division, and he called me and said, "Hey, you want to come over here? We're doing it here." I said, "Hey, cool." So that was awesome. So 2 dream jobs there. And it was fun working for Tonka because I grew up in the town where Tonka Toys started. And you can tell by my background how influenced I was by toys. I became a toy inventor. Yeah. We got about a half hour left, so if you want to call in, give a call in. But yeah, those were fun days over there at Hasbro. And so I was there in 84. I remember because the car I bought when I was there was a Fiero. And it was the first one that had the Indy front end on it before they were out on the cars, because they were offered as a part before they were actually put on a car. And so the guy who was repairing it, because it was in an accident before I bought it, the guy who owned it previously, and so he called the factory and was ordering a front end piece, and he said, "Well, do you want the normal front end or do you want the GT front end?" He goes, "Oh, what does the GT front end look like?" "Oh, it's looks like more like a race car." He goes, "Oh, I'll take that." And boy, it was really cool. And people didn't know what it was because it hadn't been on the market yet. And he didn't put a Fiero logo on it. So it didn't have a Fiero logo, and it had this weird front end on it, but it was very integrated into the design. So it looked, and I was at a gas station once. I was kind of parked back away from the pumps, and this guy was at the pumps in this Corvette, and he walks over to my car and he goes, "Wow, what year Ferrari is this?" He's looking at it, studying it. "What Ferrari is this?" So, "Well, it's a Fiero." I said, I'll trade you cars." I should have traded him before I told him that, but yeah. Oh, my name is Dee. Welcome to the program. I had an 84 Fiero in 98. My father-in-law burnt it up. LOL. Yeah, one of mine started on fire. I've had three Fieros, 2 red ones and a white one. And my first one, I was driving down an off-ramp, and all of a sudden I see in my rearview mirror flames coming out of where the engine is. Oh my God. And I pulled into a gas station and put it out. And then it was fine. But you have to really watch, if you have a Fiero, you have to watch the oil. You have to check the oil a lot, because it's the old Iron Duke. The Iron Duke was a great engine, four-cylinder. That thing got like 42 miles to the gallon. And that's what I liked most about it. And it was a fun car to drive. It 4-wheel independent suspension, mid-engine. It handled like a dream snake. It just snaked. It didn't, no body lean whatsoever. It was so much fun to drive. If you've ever driven a Corvette or a Corvair, then you know what I'm talking about. It's very, sleek to the ground, stuck to the ground, and no body leaning when you turn, like most cars have massive body lean. None of that. So it's a very fun car to drive and great mileage. I just loved my Fieros. Great little car. And Fiero in Italian means proud. And I was very proud of it. You had an Iron Duke in your Sunbird 4-speed. It could chirp 3rd gear. Oh, cool. My fastest car was a 68 Firebird, the 400 small block with a 4-speed. And I got 4th gear rubber, 4th gear chirp. So I know what you mean. When you get a chirp out of the higher gear like that, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But the gear ratios on the Fiero were so high or low. Anyway, I was power shifting. I'm a pretty good shifter, but the Fiero is really quick off the line. I beat everybody off the line. But by the time I was a little bit past the intersection, going through the intersection, taking off after the light went green, I was in 3rd or 4th gear already. That's how fast I had to shift this thing, because 1st gear was just, you couldn't, it was really fast, but you couldn't stay in 1st gear for very long. You had to shift right into 2nd, then 3rd, 4th, then and I just raced them up to about 55 or 60. Then I stopped because I didn't want to get a ticket. So I'd be way ahead of them, and then I'd even out to the speed limit, and then the other person would pass me. I suppose they thought they won, but I'd already beat them in my mind. So there you go. $33 miles per gallon is more than most grocery getters get now. Grocery getters? Yeah, and I can still hear you. Oh, good. That's good. The very first Saturn prototype got over 100 miles to the gallon, and they built it in 1981. So they had the technology to get 100 miles per gallon back in 81. So don't believe them. I was so disgusted when I worked at the Jim Olson Motors here, the GM dealership up here in 2008, 2009 era, because the cars were getting like 22 miles to the gallon. It's like, what? 28, 30 was considered really high. It's like, what? My Fiero got 42 miles a gallon or more. And I wasn't driving it easy. I was pretty rough on it. Yes, Saturn had a plastic body. A Saturn SUV that got 40 or so, great vehicle. Yeah, but they didn't stick with 100 miles per gallon. They should have done that. Would have even been better. Saturn had a plastic body, didn't it? Yes, just like the Fiero. Fiero had a plastic and plastic fiber body. Aaron, do you know about ray pause? No, what is a ray pause? Fast Pontiacs are awesome. Yes, they are. And my dad was the first person in Minnesota to have a Fiero. And when we were kids, my dad was a mold maker. He made injection molds, and he made the mold for the Super Cube, my toy that I invented. So I'm forever grateful that he did that. But he always told us kids, he goes, kids, because he was really into plastics. He goes, kids, mark my words, one day there will be a plastic car. And when the Fiero came out, he was the first person in Minnesota. He ordered one. And he was the first person in Minnesota to own one, to drive that plastic car that he predicted. So that was pretty cool. The Fiero was a combination of plastic and fiberglass or fiberglass-like panels. Yes, it was. And people don't realize this, but fiberglass has a higher tensile strength than steel. So it's actually, and the Fiero was voted the most survivable car in 1984. It did very, very well in the crash test. Better than any other car. So people don't realize that. It had a space frame. It was the first car with a space frame. So yeah. Oh, Mad Poke says, deer hit my Saturn, cracked 4 panels, insurance totaled it. But I found replacement panels, the right color, rebuilt it in the driveway, no paint needed. Cool. You know, originally for the Fiero, they were originally going to mold it in the color so that even if you got a scratch, it would be the same color all the way through the plastic. But they were using so many different kinds of plastics and fiberglass, they couldn't get it to all mesh. The colors weren't matching in all these different materials, because like the nose, you could press in, or on the side door, you could kick it and nothing would happen. It would flex, but the hood in the front hood, actually the back deck lid was the hood technically, so that the trunk in the front, that panel was fiberglass, and so was the rear deck lid, and so was the back top of the fenders, but not the bottom. The bottom was flexy. Because I've owned 3 of them, and I was checking them out. Yeah, the Fiero body was framed like the Formula One cars, yes. And they were, you know, they had a normal car at these car shows. They would hit it with a wrecking ball, and they do the same to a Fiero, just bounce right off the Fiero. And so, yeah, and they never rust, just like a Corvette, never rusts. Not like the Rustang. The Rustang will rust, not the Corvette, not the Fiero. Is Mike the pillow guy? Mike, did I miss someone here? Did Mike the fireman come in? I think I'm hitting that conversation, a partial part of it there. Okay, the guy who fixed your windshield told me any competing car would have gone to the crusher after that deer crash. Yeah, those plastic panels and the fiber panels and the plastic panels, it's a really good idea. It doesn't rust, easy to replace, repair. But a lot of cars have rubber front ends too, you know, because they got that bumper, that 5-mile-an-hour bumper. Pontiac Club here in Dallas got a few fine Fieros at the meets. Cool. Yeah, Pontiac, I really wish they wouldn't have. They stopped making those when I was working at the dealership. I was like, what? The G6 just came out, and you know they were selling pretty well. And you know, you had in the past, of course, you had the GTO. That was Pontiac, and you know they're named after the Pontiac Indians. So it's sad that nameplate went away. They should never have got rid of that nameplate. They kept Buick, but they got rid of Pontiac. Well, Pontiac and Chevy were kind of mirrors of each other, with just slight differences a lot of times, like the Camaro and the Firebird. But when the Camaro came out, the Firebird wasn't there because they got rid of Pontiac, which is sad. Sad. So for the Pontiac fans out there, there was a show car and a Hot Wheel called the Banshee, the Pontiac Banshee. Boy, was that a cool car. Maybe I could find that on the intranet here. I thought it was a fabulous design. They should have made it. Okay, here we go. We're diving into the experimental Pontiacs that they should have made. If they would have made them, we might be seeing Pontiacs still around. Oh, I got to pull it down. There we go. Hopefully it won't freeze up again. It lets me do this sometimes. We'll see. Check these out. So the red and black one is the Banshee. Look at that thing. Oh, man. Too cool for school. Look at this thing. See that in your rearview mirror coming at you? Look at that thing. So dynamic. Dynamic. Look at this thing. It's too cool for school. I'm telling you. And look at this other one. This is the Banshee 64 Banshee that they should have made too. Look at that thing. It looks like the Opel GT and a Corvette combined. Look at that thing. Why didn't they make this? The Banshee? These things would have sold like hotcakes. 3 to a stack with syrup. Don't you think? Oh, here's a Pontiac Banshee. I don't like this one as much. The most influential car that ever was. Okay. Yeah, it's a version of the Banshee, I guess. Almost looks like a Pacer. Here is the angle that this one looks the best at, I think. It's just too cool for school. 66 Banshee, look at those doors. Wow, why didn't they do it? Oh my God. Whoever was the decision maker then, they lost it. They dropped the ball. You can't have a design that cool and not make it. Come on, people. The 66, look at this thing. That should have been on the market. Here's a top view of that Banshee. Oh man, too cool for school. I think that's either a model or it's a model kit. That's the only consolation we get, model kits. And here is a Hot Wheel. I love that split, the split spoiler in the back. That's too cool for school, man. Isn't that cool? Like the DeLorean, yes. Opel GTs were cool. A buddy of mine in high school was rebuilding one. David Kickhafer, he was awesome body man. That thing was real rusty. He brought that, man, he really did a number on that. Really great job. Yes, very futuristic. Yes, the Banshee was a concept car. Yeah, it was never released. None of these were ever released. You know, if they would have, maybe Pontiac would be around, right? Your first concert was at the refurbished Fox downtown. Aha. Aha. Oh, that would have been a great band to see. Oh, you lucked out there. That singer got, didn't he get throat cancer? He couldn't sing anymore? But he had like a 6-octave range. That guy was incredible. And that video, that Take Me On, oh my gosh, that was like the coolest rock video ever. Coolest rock video ever. I thought it was so cool because it was drawings, animation. Very, very cool. Yeah. Although they will tell you, oh, there's no market for 2-seaters or sports cars. People want family cars. Well, that might be, but guess what? Every single Corvette they make, they sell. And that's not a family car. That is a sports car. They sell every single one every year. So I think there's room for more. Now he's going strong, and it's 8. Oh, really? 8 octaves. Oh, man. Wow. That's really interesting. I'm glad that he's still going strong. Did he get his voice back? Oh, my goodness. I thought that group should have been much huger than they were. I thought they were so good. That was such a good song. Some of those are so beautiful on the cars, yes. Oh, look at that one. Look at this one. Pontiac Banshee 2. Look at that. Oh, it looks kind of like the Monkeys mobile, doesn't it? That was a GTO customized GTO. But yeah, the old Banshee, very cool. And here's the Hot Wheel I have somewhere. It's a very cool little Hot Wheel. Great color combination for that car too. Oh, look at it in black. It looks pretty cool in black too. Reversed colors. Wow. Love it, love it. Can't get enough of it. And there it is with flames. There it is with the, see there, everyone's getting on the thing there. Even got the Hot Wheels logo on it. Here's a purple Banshee for you. But you see back here, this kind of split tail wings. I love that. That is so cool. Love it, love it. Can't get enough of it. Yeah, look at this thing. Look how cool that looks. I bet the designer was so upset that they didn't do it. Can you imagine designing something so pretty like that? And then they don't do it because of some stupid reason? And then they put out ugly cars? It's like, what are they doing? It doesn't cost any more to make it cool looking. But I think what happens in these companies a lot, I think what happens is egos. Like some guy designs something really cool and the uppers, like they're jealous and they don't want to let it go because they don't like the guy or something. I don't know. I think that happens a lot. Because there's been some really cool, And there's been some really cool Corvette show cars that they never made that they should have. Here is a detail of that back fin there, the double fins. Very cool. Spoilers, I guess you call them. Double spoilers. And they don't block your view. That's really cool. Too cool for school. Whoa, what's this one? Banshee XP 798? I don't like that one as much. Whoa. Look at that. It's got the Batmobile windshield. Oh gosh, I gotta know what year that was. Wow. Oh, 56. Look at that. Wow. That would have made a cool Batmobile, huh? Love it. Oh man. They should have made that. Too cool for school. 1956. That would have been a revolutionary car at that time. It looks like a rocket. Yeah, it sure does. Yes, you are right, Austin Morris. Car companies have the design by committee syndrome. Yes, they do. And Pontiac did it with their transport van. They had a show car transport van that was beautiful. And they ended up building it, but they changed it because they had marketing. Oh, it needs more cargo space. We need to add more cargo space. And by the time they got done, I was excited about it coming out. I wanted to buy one. But when it came out, I even test drove one. I said, this is a piece of crap. It doesn't look anything like the concept car. I'm not going to be found dead in this thing. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, old cars are built tough. You know, my 60 Rambler, the metal was so thick on those things. It was a very, very durable car. Yeah, just the body design is exact replica with a modern safety junk. Yes. You know, that looks kind of like the original Batmobile, the very first one, minus the windshield. It had a normal windshield on it, but it had one fin in the middle of the back like that. It was the first officially licensed Batmobile built by a dude way before the Batmobile, before 66. How do I know? Bounced a few. Yeah, they don't make them like they used to, do they? Yeah, so that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Well, friends, we're coming up on the 2-hour mark, and we like to keep it under 2 hours. So we're gonna say goodbye. I want to thank everyone who came along for this ride. We got to see some pretty cool old concept cars. Maybe by next time I come on, I'll have this, whatever is coursing through my body will be out. I've been breaking out like a teenager. Of course, I will be 61 in March, which to all dyslexic people would be 16. So I'm 16 again. I got acne. So I don't know what it is, but something. Hopefully it'll fix itself and it won't be so scary to look at. Well, thank you very much. Lots of water. Yes, I probably drink too much coffee. Yeah, that's a good one. Lots of water. Good times, Aaron and fam. Love you. Love you too. My name is Dee. I'm so glad that you came too, and everybody. And Dark Brain always has wonderful messages. I love Dark Brain's messages. Everyone have a wonderful, blessed New Year. Yes, everyone, please have a wonderful, blessed New Year. And prayers out to all of the people who are dealing with loved ones who are going through medical problems because they didn't heed our warnings. Very, very powerfully sad. But so keep your prayers out for all these people in our lives, and boy, hopefully maybe some smart person can think of a way to counter this horrible thing that's affecting all these people. Awesome show tonight for the last of 2022. Great job, Aaron. Happy New Year, everyone. Yes, Happy New Year, and prayers to Peggy Dancer too. She's got some issues as well, and we are praying like crazy for her. So pray for everybody. Include yourself in those prayers too. Okay? Prayers are important. It's healing energy. If you're not religious, think of it as sending out positive energy. It's the same thing. Prayers, positive energy. It's just a different label for the same thing. So thanks again for coming along. Happy New Year. I hope that you all have a wonderful 2023. And we'll see you all, I guess I'm not going to see you until next year. Right? Until then, I got to get some of these in here. Love, yes. Thank you. We'll see you next year. So good to see you back again, Mud Rabbit. And thanks to all the mods. Catherine Weiss, Mud Rabbit, Dark Brain, Peggy Dancer, and everybody else who was here. So we'll see you on Monday, 2023. Until then, peace in.